Good evening. Welcome to the regular meeting for Monday, January 5th, 2015. I'm honored this evening to announce that our Wheeling Police Department Honor Guide will be leading us into the pledge, so please rise.
Honor guard, forward, march. Prepare to post. Post.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order arms. About face. Hurry, rest.
Thank you. Before I ask for a roll call, the Village Board is meeting tonight to pay tribute to our colleague and friend, Trustee Bob Hare, who passed away on December 24th, and to honor his service to his community. When the Deputy Clerk calls his name during the roll call for attendance, please join us in observing a moment of silence in his memory. Thank you. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Lang.
Here.
Trustee Vogel.
Here.
Trustee Hein.
Here.
Trustee Kruger.
Present.
Trustee Brady.
Here.
President Argyris.
Here.
Trustee here.
Please rise. Thank you. Entertain a motion to approve the minutes for the special meeting of September 8, 2014.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Trustee Lang, second by Trustee Vogel. Roll call, please.
Trustee Lang.
Yes.
Trustee Vogel.
Yes.
Trustee Hein.
Yes.
Trustee Kruger.
Abstain.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
President Argyris.
Yes. Entertain a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of December 8, 2014.
So moved.
Second. Motion by Trustee Kruger, second by Trustee Hein. Roll call, please.
Trustee Lang.
Yes.
Trustee Vogel.
Yes.
Trustee Hein.
Yes.
Trustee Kruger.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
President Argyris.
Yes. Entertain a motion to approve the regular meeting of December 15, 2014.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Trustee Lang, second by Trustee Vogel. Roll call, please.
Trustee Lang.
Yes.
Trustee Vogel.
Yes.
Trustee Hein.
Yes.
Trustee Kruger.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
President Argyris.
Yes, thank you. Any changes to the agenda?
None this evening.
Thank you. Any citizens' concerns or comments?
None, President Argyris.
Thank you. This evening, our staff took the liberty of preparing a short slideshow of our trustee here, and I'd like the opportunity to play that for the audience and those at home as well. So, Luca, do your magic. Thank you, staff. Let's see. Nick, you want to maybe come on up? There's something the board would like to present to you. I'm sorry, the other Nick.
The other next,
The other Nick.
we have two next.
Too many Nicks.
Make it
It's customary that I give you this in remembrance of everything your dad did for our community and a great colleague. I know you have a couple words you want to say, so please feel free. Okay.
On behalf of my mother, as well as the entire Here family, thank you very much for the support from the village board, the village staff, the Wheeling Police Department, the Wheeling Fire Department, the Wheeling Public Works, as well as the Buffalo Grove staff as well, the Buffalo Grove Fire and Police Department. I'd like to send a thank you, a special thank you on behalf of our family to Chief Bill Benson, as well as Tony Gallagher, Buffalo Grove Sergeant, Police Department. And just thank you very, very much for the support from the entire community. It's just been crazy last few weeks, and just without your support, we would not have been able to get through it. So thank you very much. My dad loved working on the board, and thank you.
Thanks, Nick. At this time, I'd like to hear from our trustees. With everything, in light of everything that happened the night of the visitation here at Village Hall and the funeral, all of us here on this board worked pretty close together, and not just as trustees, but as friends. And I know there are some comments that some of the board members like to make, and I think this is the appropriate time to do that. And I'd like to start with Trustee Brady, if that's okay.
Thank you. You know, we met the Heres when they moved into Willie Avenue, 1981, right behind my brother-in-law, and that was a stitch with Bob, I tell you. Out in the backyard, hiding behind the garage, having a beer with us when he's supposed to be doing work, and he'd laugh and carry on. You know, from the day I met him, you had to like him. I think we had one disagreement, and the whole time we knew each other. And he was like a dirty penny. Showed up everywhere you were. You know, you'd meet Bob all over town, and wherever you went, he was there. And always had a quick joke or something to lay on you. But, you know, I think as far as testimonials go, we seen that the other night. 3,000 people. 3,000 people in a little town say that kind of show up to say their goodbyes to a guy that everybody loved, including me. Thank you.
Trustee Kruger?
In my 20 months as a trustee, I only had a couple of notable experiences to share about Bob. Number one, and probably most endearing, is how Bob welcomed me as his seatmate on this dais. Every meeting was met with a warm hello. Perhaps he shared new pictures of his precious grandsons. And on occasion, he'd ask me how I felt about a particularly contentious agenda item, which made me feel awesome. I will miss him dearly next to me. Second, this past July, Bob and I had the opportunity to fly in a B-17 fighter plane, as you saw in the pictures. I just remember when we were waiting at Chicago Executive for the van to pick us all up and take us to Rockford Airport to get on this flight, Bob was like a kid in a candy store. He just was just full of energy and couldn't stop talking, and I was just scared to death to fly. So it was good to have him with me for that too. And again, I'm so happy that I brought my camera and I was able to get him next to the big guns. So there will never be another Bob. So I will try to emulate his quiet, subtle form of politics and step up the humor on this end of the dais going forward, because laughter truly is the best medicine. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Lang?
Thank you. Well, thank you, Bob. From the moment I joined the board, you were an instant friend. He made me feel, and I'm sure he made others on the board feel like they mattered. On the way out of meetings, he would often say how he appreciated how I took a stand on something, on an issue, and he liked the way I handled myself. We'd walk to our cars, and he'd always close with, "Say hi to Deb." He was big on compliments, and he meant every one of them. Thank you, Kathy, for sharing Bob with us. He voiced concern about running in another election, but said because I was there, he liked it. He was having fun again. Again, a huge compliment from a guy who served with dozens of other board members and accomplished a lot for the Village of Wheeling over the last 20 years. Bob, I will miss you. Thank you for making serving on this board both meaningful and fun. You taught me how to give your heart to the Village of Wheeling and still have a good time doing it. Thank you, Bob, and say hi to Jesus for me.
Trustee Vogel?
How could anybody not walk up to Bob and see that big grin on his face and not be immediately attracted to him? That was the one thing, no matter what the situation, he had that grin on his face, he smiled, he asked you how the hell you were doing, and he meant it. And before you could attempt to say anything about him or compliment him, he was rattling off how great you were, how you handled yourself so great at this or that, and how much he appreciated you being on the board with him. And because of guys like you, he used to say, guys like you, that's why I keep coming back. And it was the exact opposite. It was because of guys like Bob that I think a lot of us came back. So we're going to miss him. Hopefully we appreciated him and let him know that we appreciated him while he was here. But Bob, we did appreciate you and we did love you. So thank you.
Trustee Hein?
Thank you. It's very evident that Bob touched an awful lot of people in his lifetime. Just from the amount of people that came to pay their respects here in this hall, literally thousands of people. And it showed the type of caliber that Bob was. Bob had that knack of being able to communicate with somebody at all levels. He brought to this board a sense of respect, common sense, and he kept this board together in different times. And of course, with that wit he had, he could take a very, very solemn moment and a very serious moment and just put a little bit of his touch to it. And he had that touch, and he could sort of make everybody relax a little bit and come to senses and so on and so forth. Bob was respected by everybody in this community. His opinion as a public official, he was respected, he respected his fellow board members, staff. Bob knew how to guide people to making good decisions. Bob was very loving, giving, and respected. And for those reasons, Bob will always be remembered in this community by everyone.
Thank you. You heard the word family from the Hare family and from his friends and his family. We were his extended family. But before I ever came to Village Hall, either as a plan commissioner or a trustee or even today as village president, I had the honor of working with Bob as a coach with Andrew and my son Sam, going to long Saturday afternoon cheerleading competitions with my daughter and Caitlin, and Bob was always there. And we had the pleasure of doing that and have fun, and we laughed. And I remember when, at that time, President Kentucky had asked me to sit on the Plan Commission, and at that, as we do always, interview Plan Commissioners. Your dad was happy. He says, I'm happy to see you here. I really am. I'm happy to see that you're getting involved. And it's important. Your father was probably the most consistent trustee that I've sat on this board for the last 14 years. You knew where he was going. He wasn't afraid to talk. He would call, we'd do breakfast. But to echo what my fellow trustees said, I'll never forget that breakfast at the Continental Halloween week when I asked him if he was running again. And the last time he ran, it was not certain that he was going to. But he said it, I'm having fun. And that's a testament to everybody on this board. Your dad was having fun again. We were getting things done, we were getting along, we were working with our staff. And you know what? You never replace a Bob here. The kids, again, family. My kids went to Buffalo Grove High School. As a parent, especially your oldest going there for the first time, a high school kid, I always felt that comfort level because Bob was there. And I would hear about it if there was a problem. But my kids, as well as the neighborhood kids, respected that man to no end. To this day, to read the Facebook posts from kids that graduated, and Andrew and Sam are 27 years old, from that generation of students, the heartfelt sympathy that they had for this man, because they had a comfort zone. If he liked you, you trusted him, and he guided these kids. My two nephews go to Buffalo Grove today. You would have thought they lost an uncle, because they had that trust. Kathy, thank you for letting him serve this community and serving with us. And I know there was a lot of time that it took him away from your family. And I'm just sure our community is rich today because of it. We have two people in the audience today that were out of town when this happened, and one being Prospect Heights Mayor Nick Helmer, who's known Bob for many years, and I know Nick wanted to say a couple of words. Why don't you come on up, Nick?
You know, when you think about Bob, you have to smile. Every time I saw him, he made me smile. There have been so many eulogies and so many good stories told about Bob. And really what strikes me is that it came, all of those, from the heart, because Bob spoke from the heart. He was a great man. He was a fun man to be around. I've got to say very quickly that he was a man for all seasons, because he was good for all reasons. And a moment of respect, a moment of thank you, a moment of thank you to the family. I started here in Wheeling, so I have a good feeling about Wheeling. Always did. And I'm pleased to be able to say thank you to the family. And I'm so sorry that a good friend for all of us will not be with us, but he'll always be in our hearts, just like we were in his heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. And lastly, you know, this is unexpected, but President Kentucky was a close friend of Bob's and ran this village for a long time. And under his tutelage, Greg, come on up, would you please? I've invited you to come here today because, you know what, you're still part of the family. And a lot of us got our start with you, and I know there's a lot of good memories.
If you watch Saving Private Ryan, the last scene in the movie was at the cemetery in Normandy. Private Ryan turned to his wife and said, "Am I a good man?" Bob here was a good man.
Thank you, Greg. Manager Svendelis?
Thank you. That one kind of got me. As we're paying tribute to Trustee here tonight, we wanted to find an example of Bob's spirit. So we could play a short video that we found that's actually rather current from a time when Bob was President Pro Tem, and we think that it's the perfect way to conclude this honor tonight. But I would also like to say, if I may, just quickly, obviously I'd like to echo the sentiments, I can't look up, of the board, but add particular gratitude on behalf of all the staff. Bob knew what it was like to be a public servant, and he always stood up for what needed to be done, and he had a different perspective than the rest of the board, and that was always a strength, I believe, to have an elected official speak from that perspective, and that's a gratitude that I know we all share, and I just wanted to express that this evening. So, Luca, if you would, we have a brief video.
Trustee Hein?
Here.
Trustee Brady?
Here.
Trustee Lang?
Here.
Trustee Vogel?
Here.
Trustee Here?
Here.
Trustee Argyris?
Here.
I need a motion
So move.
Second.
To appoint a temporary chair.
to
Bob,
temporary
Trustee here.
chairperson.
Yes,
Trustee Argyris, you appointed trustee Here?
that's correct.
And you seconded trustee Hein?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Welcome, everybody. Should we just call the meeting now? Just kidding, Dean.
That's good.
Anyway, welcome to the Village Board meeting tonight. First order of business,
Approval of bills.
we'll do the approval of the minutes for the regular board meeting of April 15th. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
So moved by trustee Vogel, second by trustee Argyris. I like that.
Roll call.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Hein?
Yes.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Here?
Yes.
Trustee Argyris?
Yes.
Approval of the minutes for the special meeting of April 22nd, 2013. So moved.
Second.
Lang and Vogel.
Lang and Vogel. Roll call, please.
Trustee Hein?
Yes.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Here?
Yes.
Trustee Argyris?
Yes.
Any changes to the agenda?
Yes, I'd like to ask for a motion to move administration of oaths to just prior to proclamations, congratulatory resolutions, and awards.
So move.
Motion made by trustee Argyris,
Second.
second by trustee Lang. Roll call, please.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 That's why
She
she's our clerk.
circumvents me. What do you think of that, folks? Just kidding.
You're losing power here.
I'm losing power. My battery is going low. Well, we do have a special guest here tonight, Mr. David Orr, the clerk of Cook County. And Mr. Orr, would you like to stand up? Oh, do you think I should put this up there, folks? First of all, I'd like to thank you very much.
Give an inch and take a mile.
Thank you very much for letting me serve you residents of Wheeling for how short it was.
Just one quick announcement. Tomorrow night here at Village Hall from 7 to 8:30, State Senator Julie Morrison will be here for what she calls a listening tour. So she wants to listen to all the complaints that we have regarding business down in the state of Illinois. So all are welcome here at Village Hall. We're hosting it for her, and that's from 7 to 8:30. There are no bills this evening. We do have executive session, but before we adjourn to executive session, I ask that everybody please remain seated so the honor guard can properly dismiss themselves from this room. I entertain a motion to go into executive session for the following: the selection of a person to fill a public office, including a vacancy in a public office, or discipline, performance, or removal of an occupant of a public office. 2, the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of a specific employee or employees of the Village of Wheeling.
So
Entertain
moved.
a motion by trustee Kruger, second by trustee Brady. Roll call.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Hein?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
President Argyris?
Yes, please remain seated. We will go into executive session at 7:15. Thank you.